Hey guys, it's Mommy, and welcome to Mommy Geeks Out. I think that probably the last video that I did post on here was about MS, oops, sorry about that. This video is going to try to help to explain to the folks that watch the Mommy and Gracie show a little bit about what's going on or what isn't going on because of my MS, which is multiple sclerosis, and to give people who have watched the video about my experience with my rituximab infusion, because they're considering rituximab as an option for MS. I also wanted to give them an update on how I'm doing. So, hey, for those of you who are new to Mommy and Gracie show or Mommy Geeks Out, I'm Mommy, and I have a disease called multiple sclerosis. In a nutshell, it is a disease that affects your brain and your spinal cord. And it causes problems with your brain and your spinal cord being able to properly send messages out to all the nerves in your body that are that tell your body what to do. So the messages going out to your muscles that tell you to go like this with your hand. Because of the scars, which are the sclerosis caused by the disease, the messages don't always get through, or they got some static and they come out funny, or sometimes messages that weren't even intentionally sent happen and you'll just go for like no reason. And so some people with multiple sclerosis, MS, are in wheelchairs, and that is because depending on where the damage is to your spinal cord or your brain, your legs can just decide that they just don't work anymore. Luckily, that has not been the case with me. My legs don't work like they used to, and I had to, after my first really, really big attack in 2010, I had to go to a lot of physical therapy to learn how to walk right again, because my legs I had to relearn. And you can rebuild pathways in your brain to kind of circumvent where the damage is. So physical therapy and occupational therapy are both very helpful to people with MS, because sometimes they can help create new neural pathways. So if it's kind of like taking a detour. So if this used to be the highway that the messages always went on to tell your legs to move, you can train the messages to take this road now to get to where you're trying to go. And so I only have a very slight limp, which is good. I also I have my main problem with MS is that because of all of the scars in my brain, and I have a whole bunch of scars on my spinal cord in my neck, and like this tiny little space, I think it's like a 2 or 3 inch space of spinal cord. I have 7 different scars over there, and some of them are kind of big. And then down in the middle of my back, like between my shoulder blades, I have one that's about this big. I guess that's about 2 centimeters. Is that 2 centimeters? Does anybody know? I have one that's about 2 centimeters, and then I have another one that's only about 1 centimeter. And those 2 lesions knock out some of the stuff going on with my legs. And everything is mostly on my left side. Mostly my left side. And that happens a lot to people with MS. It's one side versus the other. But because of that, there's a lot of rerouting that goes on, and also people with MS have to think or focus on things that other people don't have to. Like, when I do walk, I have to pay attention a little bit more than most people to make sure that I'm doing it right. I don't have partial feeling in the bottoms of my feet, so I always sort of have to be, a little bit cautious about what I'm walking on. If it's an uneven surface, I may or may not notice that. So because of all of the rerouting and all of the extra thinking, it is theorized that that's why one of the hardest things for people with MS, and it's a symptom that you guys don't see, is fatigue. And fatigue means tired, but MS fatigue is like nothing else I have ever experienced in my life. First of all, I tire out more easily than other people. So like if a normal person like before this happened to me, I mean, I used to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, no, I didn't. I used to get up at like 5:30 in the morning, exercise, eat breakfast, get showered up, get dressed, and hop on a train at 7 o'clock in the morning and commute into New York City and work like a 9-10 hour day, and then hop on a train and come home and hang out with Gracie and do stuff, and then go to bed at 11 o'clock and do it all over again. And that's the way most people kind of, to some extent, you know, I mean, you're a little tired on the weekends, maybe you sleep in a little bit. I mean, you know, but you do that. You can do that. I can't do stuff like that anymore. So when I'm well and when I'm on a treatment that's working really well, I estimate that I get about between 5 to 7 functional hours a day. What does functional mean to me? Functional means where I can be doing some stuff, whether it's, you know, homeschooling with Gracie, whether it's doing videos or going on a doll hunt, or editing some of those videos, or maybe it's like maybe straightening up around the house. But I get those 5 to 7 hours and that's it. And then it's couch mommy, because it's like my battery dies. It's like going through life with like your cell phone battery in the red zone. That I'm kind of always in the red zone, and then I'm never quite sure how long I'm going to get on that red zone, you know? Like, how far can you drive the car once it gets on E? Well, I wake up every day kind of on E or kind of in the red zone with my battery. Some days I wake up and I'm completely, there is no gas, there is no battery. And so I just spent Friday and Saturday, so the day after Thanksgiving, and then all day Saturday, both of those days, I ended up not getting out of bed because I'm apparently, Daddy and I caught a cold when we were in Chicago, probably on the airplane, even though I wear the mask on the airplane. The new medicine I'm on messes up my immune system and it depresses it, so my immune system isn't as strong. So I catch like a cold or a virus, I have to be very careful if I'm around people who are sick because I have no defense. And so that if something like that happens, like a cold or a virus or an injury or something like that happens to me, I'm down for the count. So I was in bed all day Saturday, all day Friday, pretty much literally in bed. Today I actually feel a little bit better. So I showered and put on makeup and everything, and I'm sitting here in front of this camera, and I even just went for a short drive to the Wawa. Woohoo! So that's kind of, that's the situation. So sometimes, this year's been really, really hard. I had to go off a treatment that was working very well that I had been on, and when we first started the show, I was on, and it was doing really, really well. If you watch the Rituxumab video, I think I explained why I had to go off this other therapy and start this new therapy after failing 2 other therapies. And basically the idea of these therapies is that you can't cure MS. All you can do is try to stop the damage. And going off the therapy and trying to find new ones, there has been new damage to my brain and my spinal cord over the past year. And so it's made everything a little bit harder than it was. The fatigue is a little bit worse. I'm a little bit more dopey. I'm a little dumber. But I think this new treatment is working. Most of the time I feel back to where I was when I was on the Tysabri. That worked really well. Unfortunately, with this new wrinkle where I get sick really easily, that kind of messes me up because I never used to get sick. And since I did Rituximab in August, I think this is my 3rd or 4th cold, and I never used to catch colds. And then the colds knock me out. So if you're, you don't see us on doll hunts as much, or if I'm more stupid than usual in a video, that's what's going on. I do appreciate your patience. We're not able to do some things as often as we used to because we really have to kind of pick and choose what we're going to do on a given day. We've been horrible about mail. It's all sitting over there in front of me, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. So we're trying to do things a little bit differently so that we can still get videos out to you like 6 days a week. And yeah, and Gracie's awesome about it, by the way. She's incredible, and Daddy's awesome. Daddy pretty much does everything around the house, so that what energy I do have, I can put into Gracie. And Gracie and I love doing this channel together. Well, we love doing Mommy and Gracie show together. But that's also why there really hasn't been much on Mommy Geeks Out, because all of my energy that I have for YouTube goes to Mommy and Gracie show. So I think that kind of catches you up. Oh, but I was supposed to tell you people who were watching this because of rituximab, it works. That's what I can tell you. I have not had my my next MRI. I'm going to have my next MRI right after Christmas, and I will pop in and let you know if there are any new lesions. I will say that the immune thing portion of it really stinks, especially for someone who never used to get sick. This is very hard to adapt to. And I will say that when I do feel good, when I'm not fighting a cold or a urinary tract infection, because that's happened as well, when none of that is going on, I feel as good as I did on Tysabri. And that's what I really, really wanted. I just need to get to somehow not be getting sick all the time so that I can always feel like that. But, you know, I don't know. To trade things off one for the other. If anybody out there watching this is on rituximab, I would really like to connect with you, because very few people are taking it for multiple sclerosis. And I find out in at the end of December also, I find out if I need to be infused again, or if we can push it out a little bit longer before I have to go through that again, because we know how much fun that was. And that also took me like well over a month to recover from the infusion. So I really kind of don't want to go through that again either. So that's the story. Thank you so much for watching, if you actually sat through my rambling. And I have some other things. I have some stuff I filmed with Miss Robin and stuff that I'll be putting up on this channel. But Mommy Geeks Out just, you know, will never be as busy as Mommy and Gracie show. But I appreciate all of you who have commented that, like, when are you going to do another Mommy Geeks Out? So there's some stuff coming that Miss Robin and I did that we can share with you. And until I do see you again, thank you so much for coming over here and watching. Thank you all to all of you who watched the Mommy and Gracie show. You guys are the absolute best. And reading your comments and actually having the Mommy and Gracie show is just, it's huge for me emotionally and psychologically. You guys have no idea how much you mean to me and how much you mean to Gracie and I, that we get to do this together. Because, you know, there's not a lot of things we can do together, because I can't do a lot of things. And so this is very, very special to us, and it goes beyond the toys. It goes beyond any of the, you know, subscriber counts and YouTube celebrity thing. It means something very, very special to me, and I really, really appreciate you guys for it. So I was very grateful for all of you on this Thanksgiving. I hope you're all going to have a great holiday season. I'm hoping to have a great holiday season. I'm hoping to not get another cold. So family members, just, you know, if you're sick, can you like wear a red flag so I just know to put on a mask and not touch you? That would be really helpful. And until I see you guys next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye.